Wait, I have to fart.
Oh my freaking god. Hi guys!
Hey.
Welcome to the Lesbihonest pod.
It is your host, Maddie.
And Kai.
Welcome. Welcome all of you.
I feel like I got a little stage fright.
You got a little scared?
It's been a while since I've been on a potty waddy. I have my slippers. This is comfy. This is different from my last pod.
Different from mine, too.
I was glammed. I had a makeup squad.
I can't believe you had a fucking makeup squad.
Like, and here we are at like 7 a.m. Like, hey!
It's 7 a.m. Wow, we are here bright and early for you.
Okay, let's like actually get into this because this is pretty crazy how this all started. So, obviously, you guys know all the lesbian tea from 2022. Like, 2022, Lestopia was on X Games mode.
I think we're all emotionally damaged from that.
I think for the lesbians, Mercury was renegading for the entire 2022.
Retrograding?
Like, tell me when there was a break.
Renegade is a dance. Retrograding is what is actually happening.
The lesbians didn't get a break all of 2022. And anyway, okay, so basically what has happened, we're two long distance besties. We're not dating. Let's clear the air because literally any female that I show up on camera with, I am suddenly dating. So we'll clear that up right now.
But are we?
Huh? Okay, guys, we are not dating.
We are dating.
Dating. Don't even say that because we're two long distance besties. Basically, here's what's been happening. Though I am on TikTok, I do not watch TikToks for the life of me, guys. Like, I really, could not care less scrolling on TikTok. So...
Can you believe that?
Yeah, kind of crazy. But, it's work. Since I'm not a big TikTok fanatic, Maddie would always, FaceTime me every other day, every week, giving me, the hottest goss on what's happening in Lestopia. Because, honestly, after March, I just, I feel like I took a step out of not the lesbian community, but, I was just,
You kind of just turned irrelevant.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be honest.
But, irrelevant, but everybody cared about every single step I took and every single tinkle I took on the toilet. Gosh, I couldn't catch a break. So anyway, we're here to make this pod because I think one thing that we've all seen on TikTok is, tea pages. Kales, we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, shout out Kales.
You've really carried Lestopia. I am glad Kales did retire because I think this is really why we started the pod. Everybody speaks on everybody else's drama without having any credible sources. Now, guys, I'm literally such a nerd, neuroscience major. Geeking out, little, neuroscience major. But
drop out of college major.
I think that's just there was never any credibility to all the opinions that people had. And I think one thing we have, I know everybody that has been put on blast on TikTok in the past year. I know who they are as people. I know their stories. I know the behind the scenes. You know all the drama. I didn't even know, half my people were involved in drama until you called me. And I'm like, that's crazy because she's a good person. She did this, she did that. They're great people. Wow. But, we're here to speak as really, as rawly, and as rawly. Is rawly a word? Raw? As raw.
As
Ew,
raw.
As raw.
Authentically.
As possible. We're here to get real with y'all. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything. Mm-mm. We're not here to kiss people's booties.
We're not here for them to tell anything that's not the truth.
And I think with a lot of the tea pages or a lot of the people that were commenting on the drama, it was kind of, you could tell they wanted one of the people in the relationship or whoever to like them. It was oh, you're commenting on JoJo and Avery's drama. You're clearly siding with JoJo because you want tickets to her concert. We see the bias. And it's just ew.
Yeah, there's basically just, we want to state for our credibility, we're on nobody's side. We just want the truth to be told. And, yeah, there's no moral gain here for any party. So
it's two besties talking about literally what is going on, what we see, and the facts we know behind it. We also have some pretty freaking amazing guests that are coming on to either clear their name, speak their truth, whatever you want to say, but it's
gonna get wild.
It's gonna be the realest podcast y'all have ever listened to, so y'all best stick around.
Okay, let's break one thing down here. Where is Kaila from? Some people might say Texas.
Okay, listen to this. This is going to be a little gay chit chat though. So my friends always tell me that they know if I like someone or if I'm talking to like somebody gay based on the tone of my voice. So like when I'm talking to my besties, I'm like, oh girl, like that, yeah, go off queen. But when I'm talking to the gays, it's like, so like, what's up? Like I swear, sorry, I'm yelling, but I swear I'm like, hey yo, like what's up? How you doing, pretty? Like it's like that.
What is that?
My tone changes.
No, Kaila.
With the gays and with the straights. The straights is like, girl.
I'm
with
not
the gays,
straight, though.
The gays is like,
So I'm a
But you're my friend. I don't talk low to you. You hear my screechy voice cracks.
Yeah. One time, Kaila brought her low voice. I won't say where we were, but we were like trying to get into somewhere, and there was a
It
very
was probably
long
the
line.
gayest. We'll say it was the gayest day of the month.
The year.
Of the year. Do with that info what you will. It was the gayest month.
And then Kaila. Do we want to talk about this?
We won't go into detail, but I just brought
She
my
was
low
just
voice
like
out.
that. Low voice was definitely in a play that day. But welcome. That's what we want to say in this episode and tell you a little bit about us and you know why we're here. So let's get into our segments, Kaila. Okay, so our first segment is called What's Something Gay You Did This Week?
Oh, here's my I'll do my okay. There's this thing on TikTok where the gays are now doing like LGBTQ speed dating lives. I don't know if you guys have seen it on TikTok.
Kaila is fucking obsessed.
I'm obsessed. One of my friends got me into it and I have been watching it every single night. They do it from like 9 to 12 EST.
Kaila's watching.
I'm watching. Like, it's
She's
so
also
fascinating.
commenting, being like, yes, queen!
I'm like, go off, girl. Like, get yo, girl. Like, so that, I would say that's the gayest thing. I would say second gayest thing is just, like, the fact that I rolled my sleeves for this podcast. For anyone that's, like, questioning their sexuality, like, I think one big staple of the Lesbians is that we roll our sleeves and we show our muscles, so.
Let's backtrack to the speed dating show.
What's the gayest thing you've done?
Let's backtrack to the speed dating show. Kaila, tell them what happened 2 nights ago with,
Oh my god, guys, I got Maddie onto the lesbian speed dating.
Yeah, that was a lot. I said some things that I won't ever talk about, but if you were there,
I don't ever want to hear it again.
What, the backpack?
Maddie went onto the lesbian speed dating.
I did.
And said she had a backpack. And that's as far in depth as we're gonna go. What's the gayest thing you did this week? Because you can't say the live because I already said the live.
What is something gay I did this week?
I know, it's kind of hard. Like, oh my god! Technically, but I know this is like for a friend thing, but like, I was literally, Maddie lives in New York, I live in LA, we're coast to coast, and I was literally like, get on a plane, we're starting the pod. The gayest thing you did was like literally hop on a plane for a girl. Like, we could like, you know.
I did hop on a plane, literally,
She
guys.
hopped on a plane within a day. I was like, hop on a flight and we're making this pod
Okay, it was like
happen.
4, but I bought the ticket within the day of us talking about it.
Yeah. That was pretty gay. That's pretty gay.
Another thing that's pretty gay that I did, you know, the dating apps are being used, and of course, the moment actually before I even touched down in LA, I updated my app to be in LA so I can get some clients.
Well, I was like, girl, like, you coming to LA, like, come check out the scene. The girls are hot here, okay? Like, point blank, period.
But
the girls are hot.
But do they have brain cells?
I have brain cells.
But
I'm
you're
an
not
LA
from
girl.
here.
I'm not. I'm Canadian.
But do they have brain cells?
I would say enough of that. Like, you can find a smart girl in tech in LA. That's what I found out.
Smart girl in tech, not in finance. We don't like.
We'll get into that story later.
You will know. Finance girls, not for me. Just not for me.
Yeah. Okay, but let's get back into. So Maddie had a DM come in from a certain special someone, and we really broke it down.
Do you want to break it down? I'm down.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Okay.
Let's go into your DMs because I think this is like absolutely genius, and then we can like talk on like this is something that I would do. Like, Precisely. So Maddie got a DM from a certain bae after her speed dating, guys.
Also,
After
like,
the speed
if you
dating.
ever just want to meet queer people, go on that speed dating live. 40 people followed me after that were all queer and sliding into my DMs.
Dude, the gays are gaying on there.
Mm-hmm.
The gays are gaying. Okay, so she DM'd you after the speed dating. This is now, let's first preface, like 4 days after the speed dating. Let's say less than 3. Okay, 3 days after the speed dating.
Mm-hmm. And okay, here's the thing. The polar opposite of Kaila and I is she gets all the DMs, doesn't answer them.
Doesn't answer a single one.
I get a DM once in a blue moon and I'm like shook. Did you see me? I was fucking jumping.
You were geeking.
I was geeking.
She was
out.
geeking for this gal. That's so cute. Put it on a shirt. Put it on the undies.
No. Yeah.
Pumped for this pussy. Wow. I should be an underwear designer. Wow. Pumped for this pussy. Pumped for this kitty cat emoji. Okay, guys, who wants me to design underwear for them? Because clearly I am frickin' designer Kai over here. Anyway, okay, so she
I just want to let you know, whenever Kaila gets into a tangent, she goes, doesn't stop. And then
for the pussy. Sorry.
She's already on to the next thing when you're still like recapping that. She's like, okay, and like, blah, blah, I'm like, hello? What the fuck?
So, Maddie was geeking for this gal. Cute. She DMs you. What is she? Preface what she said.
So I work in influencer marketing. I have my own agency, all that stuff.
Boss bitch.
So in this live, I was like, briefly, maybe like 15 seconds, I was like, yeah, I work in influencer marketing, run my own agency, and I wear a backpack.
And then the rest was just about Maddie, who she, like, her dating life. Like, she just briefly mentioned, I'm in marketing. And this girl DMs you.
Yeah.
And the point of her DM was,
hey, you. Emoji.
With the hearts emoji.
With the hearts. I saw you on TikTok live and heard you manage influencer talent. Okay, it doesn't matter. Blah, 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 blah. I'm wondering if you wanted to get dinner on me so I can pick your brain a bit and the ins and outs. Totally fine if not. I know we're all busy. Hee hee, let me know. Okay, so I get this. And I'm like, what are the motives?
Yeah. And so at first, we didn't really break this down until we were in the car later. But it was like, okay, yeah, like, work. Great. But then the way this girl kept DMing and then how everything fell in line. So it's like, yeah, she DM'd you about work, but...
Okay, but let me tell them what she said after.
Yeah,
so
okay,
I said, hey, LOL, that live was a total joke, please. Thanks for reaching out. Yeah, totally would love to chat. Like, I'm just being, like, straight up.
Chill.
She goes, haha, sure, I'll let it slide. Like, already flirty.
That's flirty. Okay, that's something I would say, and that's flirty.
Yeah. Kidding. They're actually so funny to watch, and you are one of the few non-cringe people on a dating show live.
A lesbian dating show live.
Then she asked me, where do I live? She's trying to get down to business.
Yeah.
Like, I said, I'm in LA visiting my friend.
Okay, so pause. Imagine you were like, I'm in New York, and she was like, let me fly you out. Oh my... Just, anyway, that was me, like, kind of romanticizing.
Yeah, that was a little reach.
Anyway.
She goes, oh, what the hell? LOL, that's perfect.
It's perfect.
Oh, it's perfect. Comes up with 2 restaurants. We look at this first restaurant. The vibes are definitely not giving business.
Fancy, high-end. I know the place. It's nice. Like,
yeah.
It's like you wear your cute clothes there. It's not work.
Yeah, so then I said, blah, 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 looks good. It's 15 from me. Perfect. And then I said, here's my number because I'm bad with DMs. I'm not bad with any type of messaging, but that's what I tried to do. Anyway, so then I get her number, and then she goes, hey, it's so-and-so. I made the resi for 7. Looking forward to meeting you with 4 U's. I said,
looking forward to meeting you.
And then I said, thank you so much. Can't wait. Smiley face. And she hearted it. So
what I got from that is because, okay.
Let's break down the time, first of all.
Yeah.
7 p.m. isn't giving business.
7 p.m. is not business meeting. 5 p.m. is for business. 7 p.m. is date. Okay? Timing aside.
9 p.m. They just want to fuck.
9 p.m. is.
They just want to.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
But then the place, nice, fancy, like too fancy for a business meeting. And then we got to the point where we were like, who does a dinner business meeting? Like, if you're talking about business, if you're talking about influencer marketing, it's like, let's grab coffee.
Yeah.
Let's go to lunch.
Yeah.
Not dinner.
Not
dinner is intimate.
And she said already, dinner on me.
Dinner on me. Well, that's what got me to say, just go. Get the food.
Yeah.
I was like, go girl. Meal. But, like, she used a lot of heart emojis. Kind of like her second response to you was flirty. Mm-hmm. And then I said, okay, I don't DM people, guys. I literally.
One thing about Kaila is, if you DM'd her, she probably read it. You will never know.
Yeah, I probably read your DMs. Actually, no, they're hard to keep track of. But, okay. No. But it's like, I get crazy DMs too. Like, it's just like things get lost. But I do not DM people to flirt, to like set up a date. So I was like, okay, if I were to DM someone, I certainly would not DM them the day that I saw them. I would be like consulting with my friends, like, what do I say? Which would take me 3 days to end up DMing a person after I've seen them. Mm-hmm. If this girl just wanted it to be business and was like, let me pick your brain, she would have done it right after she watched the live.
Because
she
would have forgot.
Hey, she wouldn't have cared. Like, she wouldn't have cared. Mm-hmm. The time it took her to DM you was definitely her, like, going back and forth with the idea.
She was processing.
And if she literally just cared about business, like, she would have just gotten to the point. Like, if it's business, like, I get to the point. If it's business, I'm going to DM you. If it's anything more,
but she also said, like, pick your brain.
Yeah. Pick your brain. Pick your pussy.
Kaila.
Wow, I am so, like, she wants that.
And respectfully, after stalking her, I want that.
Oh my god. Okay, let's just add to the cherry on the cake. She is cute as heck and she is just your type.
Exactly.
And she is successful, mature, and like grown. Like, you can see that. Mm-hmm. So I think she's perfect. We're gonna see how the date goes, and then we'll probably have a pod episode the morning after the date.
Yeah, I know.
Period. We'll keep you guys updated right away.
No, really though, my dating life is gonna be a big dynamic in this show because like it is fucking comical.
Maddie goes on. Okay, I don't want to say like you go on dates, but you're really good at like putting yourself out there, and bitch, I'm terrified to leave my door.
I want a wife.
Yeah,
and people think I'm like crazy for saying that. Like, listen, the thing about me is I will go on consistent dates, but I will not bring consistently people home with me. Like, that's not my vibe.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I was just saying, like, my house is like pure. Like, nothing has happened in this house.
Wow. Yeah. What if I'm the first one?
Okay, don't joke about that. I'm gonna say this again. My house is pure and will stay pure.
What if it doesn't?
No, like, oh my gosh. Okay. People are gonna start making comments. This is, okay.
I'm saying if I bring the girl home.
Okay.
That's what I'm insinuating.
Okay. Maddie, you are not bringing anyone into my house. You can go to a hotel. Go to hers. You're gonna be closer to her house, too.
I'll say I'll have my mommy pick me up.
That's funny.
Kaila, the one thing about Kaila is she's the mom. Like,
what? Elaborate, because I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to comment yet.
She's like,
mommy? Sorry.
She is the friend that's like really chaotic, but if you need Kaila, she'll fucking be there. Doesn't matter. Aww. No matter the time, no matter the place, like, whatever. But I'm a mother where I'm like, here are the plans. This is what we're doing. This is like, I'm the, like.
You're good at being like, hey, this is a cute restaurant. This is this. This is that.
Kaila will go to the same fucking coffee shop and restaurant.
Yeah.
Every single day if she could.
I like my comfortability.
She likes familiarity.
Is that a word? Comfortability? Comfortability.
Yeah.
I like
you like things that are familiar.
Yeah. it's nice, and it's like, I like routine. I'm very like routine. I'm very like, for lack of a better word, anal with that. Like, I'm like, it's nice to just know what's going on during your day.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, my dating life is just very chaotic.
To stay updated on the dating world.
Yeah, we'll see. Because my last date, honestly, can we just get into it so I can just like let it out?
Oh my gosh, your last date.
It was so horrible.
I say we just like literally leave it in the past.
Before we get into the season, we want to break down our top 5 favorite Lestopia moments.
We're definitely gonna have to like go back and forth on this, because I don't even want to say top 5. I just want to say like, what the fuck happened
like
in
iconic,
2022
yeah.
to all the lesbians. You can start.
Okay, so top 1, I gotta say, shout out to Soph. That one video you directed, babe, with the say hi, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
no, I don't, because you're the one telling me about these videos.
Okay. Should I find it?
No, it's okay.
So basically, it's like an emotional video. We'll put it on the screen where Soph and Avery are moving out. We know they're broken up, and we haven't seen them in each other's videos since they broke up. Okay. And then it's like they're acting, and like, Soph, your direction in that video was iconic. And basically it was like, why are you here? And she's like, because I'm here to unpack.
Oh my god, I remember that video. No, I cried to it. And then she's like,
I have the keys.
Oh my god, no, I literally have goosebumps like thinking about it. Yeah. I remember that video.
That's
okay.
That was very emotional for me.
No, it's gonna have to be explained more.
Okay.
So it's like, Soph is packing up the house or something. I'm not gonna nail it, but it's basically, she's like to Avery, why are you here? And then it cuts to Avery. This is after they've broken up. This is after they've been separated. Like, I thought I'd never see them together again. And Avery's standing there like, I have the spare keys. Or no, and when and here, like,
should we just fucking play it really quick?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's get into that though. Like, this is why it makes me so emotional, because if you're watching this pod, you definitely know my life and you know what has happened in the past. And it brought me back to, like, I could not imagine if somebody I was in a relationship with, if we broke up, but if we lived together. And, like, you literally have to, like, leave the home that you guys made home. Mm-hmm. That breaks my heart. Mm-hmm. Especially because, here's something. Like, this is what's gonna make our pod different, but let me talk about, like, one of my first and only interactions with Soph and Avery was when they came to LA. We had a dinner together. Really? And you remember with manager. Yeah. And maybe I called you, maybe I called LB, but I think I called you, and I was like, those girls are gonna get married. Like, they are so kind to each other. They are so gentle with each other. They are just so alike and so compatible. Like, I was like, they're quite perfect. Mm-hmm. From, like, what I saw. And I know nobody, like, especially on social media, guys, like, what you see is just, I say, not real.
It's
but
not.
You see people in person and you get a different vibe. And
yeah,
it's like,
totally. I've stayed with them too. I've met them multiple times, and, like, they were great together. And it was just it's very sad to see something like that separate. So that was one of my top moments.
It's sad. No, I still want to keep talking about it. It's sad. Like,
it's sad.
I think it still makes me sad, and I think I want to put this out there, but, like, I've told you, I think that they're gonna be able to find their way back to each other just because of how long they were together. Their breakup wasn't malicious from what I've seen. They've been able to rekindle. They've been able to go on a trip to Europe. If you're able to do that stuff with your ex, they've broken up for a long time. And if you're able to still do that stuff, like, clearly there's no animosity.
Yeah, there's still love there.
I think they're going to find their way back to... I think both of them need to heal. Both of them need to grow as individuals.
Maybe date someone else.
Avery and Soph have kind of, like, you know... but they haven't found a solid another person. So that's what also drives me to think, like, hey, like, I think maybe not in a year, maybe in 2 years, I think that we're gonna see them get married. I think so.
Not get married, get back together.
I'm gonna see them get married. I think they're quite perfect. I'm rooting for them. I think that's not what I think. I'm rooting for them.
That's sweet.
That will like make me believe in love a little more.
Aww. Okay, you mush. I don't know. There's so much behind the scenes, so it's like, it's not... When you see the drama, you could take it off your phone. For them, it doesn't stop because it's their real life.
I know. That's so true. It's like, for you, your comment might literally be a second of you taking the time to comment, but for them, it's like, they get your comment times a million. That's all they see. And then when they shut their phone off, they are literally dealing with what you're commenting on. So it's like that nightmare that you see 10 seconds of that you're like, oh, this is like a scary movie. It's their freaking life. Yeah. And it's like they have to navigate that not only privately but publicly, because I don't think I've seen a relationship end where it's been a perfect ending. Like there has always at least on TikTok, like there has always been something
absolutely not
dramatic that has happened.
Okay, so what's your second top lesbian moment?
I don't know. I'm not the one that's...
Okay, so...
Like, I can't even think of one.
Okay, second, while we're on the topic of Soph and Avery, when Avery first got spotted going with JoJo to Disney, the world stopped for a second. I'm sorry.
Did it? My world kept going.
Like...
Okay, so for... people that are watching this on video, you obviously see we're in different clothes. It's the next morning, and as we went to edit last night, we found out that as we were laughing like lunatics, me included, my laugh was like...
I sound like a hyena.
We broke all the cameras. So we literally
and
stopped
the audio.
Recording. Yeah, we stopped recording the second half of our podcast, basically. So now we're back in the morning, different clothes, different outfit, but we're still gonna wrap this pod up for you guys. Mm-hmm. And for anyone who's just listening, you probably don't notice a single difference. Maybe our audio is better. We did some upgrades.
Let me tell you guys, this is a whole journey. Kaila, last night, let's unpack this, was so mad at me because...
Okay, no, if you want to unpack this, we can go there. It was like 8:30. We go to Ralph's. I'm making these cauliflower nachos. I did not ask you to edit the audio at all. I did not. I was like, okay, Maddie can sit, I'll cook. And then you were like, I'm going to edit the audio. Halfway in, you give up. And then you're asking me questions. And I'm like, I am literally cooking. It's not time for me to cook and edit audio. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
it was the end of the day. We were both frustrated, but we are happy and we are here now. So just know this podcast.
No, I guess I'm cooking, cleaning, editing, producing here.
Oh, stop. It was a long day.
Dude, it was a long day, but if it's a long day, why am I cooking, editing, da-da-da-da-da?
Okay. You want to start this over then?
That literally doesn't... No. You brought it up. We're keeping this in the pod because last night was a shit show. Sip coffee and continue. This podcast has been again, we've said a self-production. I'm so used to literally showing up and recording. So respect to all the people behind the scenes. I'm here to say I actually appreciate all the work and dedication you guys put in, because syncing audio, syncing 3 cameras, getting the lighting right, getting the setup right, getting our computer tech, it's absolutely nuts. And we've been through a whirlwind. So the fact that we're here, though we might be in different outfits, the fact that we have one episode, I'm so proud of. Anything else? Do you want to bring anything else up? Because I'll address it. This podcast is brutally fucking honest. And that is what happened last night.
Okay, Kaila was right. I was a little upset. But I see your point of view. I understand. I'm sorry. I love you.
Okay, we're not dating. So I think that's another thing. We're not dating, so it's we need to get away from each other.
No, yeah.
It needs to be more like roommates. That's what I think.
Yeah. Illy.
So, anyway, okay. What was our... Anyway. Oh, that's what we're getting into. Okay, so Lestopia, guys. We were talking about our top moments in Lestopia, as we were setting up the cameras this morning, we've decided that Lestopia and our breakdown of 2022 deserves its own episode. Mm-hmm. So we'll be doing that probably next pod. We're going to give you guys a timeline. The gays were on one last year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, brutally murdering each other. I don't know. I can't think of a couple that made it through 2021, 2022 and are still here.
Cammy and Taryn.
Okay, but Cammy and Taryn are not TikTok lesbians, and they are
they're
salt of the earth. They don't count, because then we could be like Shannon and Becky. Like, we can go to the older gen of lesbians, the icons of the lesbian world, but that's not TikTok lesbians.
I know.
TikTok lesbians are cursed, and I'm gonna say that. Like, somebody prove me wrong, please. So, this morning, as we were getting ready to film, I put a little question thing up on Instagram, literally saying, like, ask us anything gay. Like, ask us any gay question. And there were a lot.
There was a lot to deep dive into.
Here. This was my favorite one, and this is a good one for the pod and something for you guys to reflect on also while you're listening. What do you look for in a partner? Green flags.
I think definitely independence. I like for them to be their own person, and be happy within their own life they have right now, and have them be content. Like, I want you to be happy where you are, happy with your friends, happy with your family, like happy with your, just like content in your own, and not looking for a partner to like complete that. Is a green flag for me. I think also obviously just like communication and being emotionally aware, because something about you lesbians, you are all emotionally unavailable. Okay, not all, but majority. Oh my God.
That's a gay thing as well.
It's like ridiculous. I'm like a hyper aware person. I know what's going on probably like 30 seconds before you do emotionally. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that, and yeah, I think those are just like my main things. Like green flags also, like, I just love confidence. I went on a date with somebody recently that was just like lacked confidence, and you could tell. And I want you to just be like proud of yourself. And if you're not proud of yourself, like work on yourself and then go back into the dating scene. Because I've just dated a lot of people in the past that were just like very insecure within themselves, which is fine, and you can work on that, but they would put that on me and make me feel insecure when I was very secure. At some points, I mean, everybody goes up and down, but I just think like a lot of the times, like your partner's trauma comes onto you, and yeah, it could be a very tricky situation. So
I like what you said about that, because I think like your insecurities can be translated onto your partner through like restrictions. So it's like, if you're asking your partner, you know, not to go out and hang out with other people, is that really because, like, you're scared they're just gonna go date someone else? Or are you more nervous that they're gonna find someone better than you? And if it's number two, that is literally just because you are insecure within yourself. You do not have the confidence in yourself yet. And that's fine. Like, I think everybody goes through that kind of relationship where it's like, you're navigating. So I think independence, confidence in yourself is not only good for you, but it also allows you to be so much more free in relationships, and like just like stable,
like security. I think is the main thing that I'm like trying to get to, is like you have to be secure within yourself to create a secure partnership. Like, it's just how it is. I think, let me think of one of my friends. Well, they're straight, but my friends
no, you can't talk about them on this pod if they're straight.
No, but they've been together. My friends have been together for 7 years, through high school, through college, and then they got married.
That's very cute.
And because they've known each other for so long, they are just like so secure. Like my friend, he works in like the music video industry, And he's a director, so he's around sometimes these rap sets where girls are like shaking ass and whatever. And it's just part of the art. Like, that's what his job is. Like, you know, like director, and like that's what it is. And she's just like, I know he's coming home to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, she's not worried about it.
Yeah, something like that. You're on set and there are girls doing that. Okay, well, like, if you're confident in yourself, you're gonna be like, they just don't, like, you can't compete where you don't compare.
Exactly.
That's like something I always say. Like, especially a lot of people have this thing with like the biphobia, bi girls. It's like, oh, like they could leave me for a man. I think that would be the best thing. If my significant other left me and then went to a man, I'd be like, well, clearly you couldn't find a better girl than me, so you had to go to guys. Like, how unfortunate. But like, can't compete where you don't compare. I'm not a guy. Like, go for it. Yeah. I've like never been jealous of that. And I think it's like it's just like a power funny move. It's like a, you couldn't find any girl.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that.
Yeah, I know. It's really interesting. It all comes down to like security, man. Like, you have to be like, feel good about yourself.
Yeah. You have to love yourself. And I know everybody preaches that, but it's like you do not realize how much you're actually taking from a relationship until you look back, you love yourself, and then you realize you're like actually contributing to your partner and to their wholeness instead of like taking for like reassurance.
Yeah, because I mean, let's say like, I don't know, your biggest insecurities just like come out in a relationship. It's just true because like,
because you're so vulnerable and open.
Like, that's the most vulnerable you'll ever be with a person. And that's why it's like, sometimes I forget that too when I'm like in the dating world as well. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be picky, because you know why? This person, if things go right, I'm gonna be with them at the end of the night, like recapping in bed, like, you know, and hell yeah, I'm gonna be picky.
I date to marry. Like, if I'm dating someone, it's like, okay, I'm so serious about you. Like, I would marry you in the future if, you know, XYZ, if all goes well. Blah, blah. Not like I'm dating you, I want to marry you. But it's like,
I think we've always been the same page about that.
I'll never just date for like funsies.
Like, I don't have time to have fun. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have time. Like, I'm a freaking, we'll get into astrology. I guess it's coming up. I'm a Cancer. I'm a lover. I love, but I also am like a caretaker. So like, even with like platonic friendships, like I care and I care deeply. Yeah. So like with romantic relationships, it's like 10 times more than that. So like, why are we playing games here? I've never been subscribed to the hookup culture of our generation. I don't get it. Also, like, COVID germs, ew. Like, I don't want to be hooking up with random people. I'm sorry. Like, gross. Anyway, those are my green flags. Kaila, why don't you go ahead?
I'll say my biggest green flag right now, we won't get into like where I'm at in my love life. My green flag is like drive, and like nobody's gonna get in my way. They know where they're going. They know what they're doing. Not saying you have to have your whole life figured out. Like, I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking for you to like be pursuant of something and be so driven that like
with what you're doing, you're giving it 100%.
Yeah. Like, give it 100, because I know that if you're so driven in your work, that's going to translate into your relationship. That's why like I say like hustlers, but it's like, I love people that just want to work, but are emotionally mature enough to recognize when it's time to like, you know, put attention into your significant other. But I find it does translate. You can be dating a workaholic and that's totally different. It's the drive. And when you're driven in work, usually I find, and I have found, that people that I'm in a relationship with are able to put that drive also into our relationship, into me, and are willing to like work on things quicker, are willing to make things work, are willing to put more effort in, are putting more effort in. So I love
more solution focused,
driven people. Like, it's so hot. So
yeah, Kaila's always had this thing, like, even when we were working together, you were always like the type of person to be like, there would be something going on, a contract, whatever it may be, like, let's just find the solution. And that correlates to like relationships as well. Like,
oh my gosh, I think I just had a conversation with someone about that actually. They're texting me all these problems, and I'm like, you have now texted me about 5 problems and have not texted me what you need, what you want, how it can be fixed. So you're trying to get a reaction out of me. Or like you're trying to get something else out of me clearly. You're not looking to fix this if you are not proposing solutions after you state a problem. Mm-hmm. And I'm so calm in like these like relationship arguments. Like, well, I don't really do the whole argument thing. Like, I don't think my parents and I have ever gotten into a bickerment because it is like, what is the problem? What is the solution? Because if you know the problem, you know what you want. Mm-hmm. So
and you know what you need.
Why are you leading with the negative when you could just like be like, this is like an issue, but this is how you can fix it. I'm here to help you. So it's like, again, just driven to move forward.
And there's so many people like that. Like, I've been in scenarios where my significant other and I find that there's a problem and there's a solution, and they're not willing to step up to find that solution.
Oh my gosh. And I think we need to talk about that in so much detail on a new episode.
Yeah, because it's like,
let's bookmark that.
Yeah, let's bookmark that.
You know the solution.
You don't want to.
But your significant other, whoever. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Let me just see who it is. Hello?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Sorry, guys. Got a call. This is a real podcast, real life. We are doing this. We weren't supposed to be filming early this morning.
But yeah, you know, there's so many, like, I've been in scenarios where you bicker back and forth and there's a reason, like an underlying problem rather than just like the bickering, and you both know it. So then you finally get to that, like, the question, and then I've been in scenarios where someone was like, well, I can't give that. You know how fucking horrible that is?
You know what? God. Wait, I want to bring this up. Let me see if I can search it in my messages, because this was from a long time ago. Found. No, literally, I had someone who I was in a relationship with say these exact words. There was something before, but they said, but I got nothing to give you. I got nothing to give anymore. I'm so drained. And I'm fucked. I got nothing left. I got no heart at some points. That is literally what we're talking about. And I say we do a deep dive into it, but it's like, people are gonna tell you right to your face when they literally cannot give you what you deserve. And you need to freaking believe them.
People show you who they are and tell you who they are.
They tell you. No, they they write it out for you guys. And I did not see it at the time. I literally blew over it like, oh, like, no. They tell you. And the truth will come out. Guys, that is my line. You will be hearing it so much.
It's like, it's so true. Like, you don't even need to go digging. Like, do they, like, literally, they told you.
They tell you. They tell you with their actions. They tell you with their words.
So I have this theory where there's 3 main relationships in your lifetime. Okay. First one is the honeymoon phase. And in the gay world, that is amplified times 10.
Yeah. Because
you're so happy that you can finally live your truth. And
usually it's your first one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Your first one is your honeymoon.
And then your second one is the lesson. That one is the most traumatic. That one is the most heartbreaking. That one, you learn all your red flags and trauma, and after that one, you're single for a while. And then your third one is supposed to be like your peace, and that's where you're at.
Yeah.
And I'm currently in the stage where I am looking for number 3.
I think number 3 is where we're both at.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking for your number 3, and I think we both resonate with that because we aren't like serial daters. Mm-mm. But I think that even for people that do like date, you know, more than 3 people, you know, like your big relationships, like, you know, and there's little droplets here and there in between these, I guess, 3 main ones. For us, I think we literally have like 3, like it's 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I heard that theory and I literally brought it to my therapist once.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that makes sense with X, Y, and blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were just telling me that, and I'm like, check.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my theory. So do with that what you will, but it's...
I think we are going to deep dive.
Yeah, so, you know, with this pod, you'll hear the drums, but you'll also hear just us talking about relationships and like especially queer relationships with women. People
It's
think
so
it's
different.
People think it's so easy, like dating women. Bitch, it's harder.
I have one thing to emphasize, and just on your point, queer relationships are so different that when you're newly coming out and you're newly in a queer relationship, and let's say you're really only surrounded by straight friends, you cannot ask them for the same advice.
It's not the same.
Because they do not understand
No.
the intensity of emotions. Queer relationships are so different from straight relationships, and you only know that if you've been in both, and you only know that if you've come out of both. And your straight friends, guys, this is why we have this pod. Like, come ask us for advice. Your straight friends are not qualified to give you queer relationship advice.
Just not...
Like, fact. Not even trying to be mean.
No, it's fact. That's why it's so important for you to have like a queer friend group and queer friends, because
100%.
not to speak on this, but I'm working on a project right now that is an initiative to like create queer friends, because that is so important.
And still more rare and hard to find.
Exactly. And yeah, so we're gonna just like get into it all. And
we also do this early in the mornings when it's like our thoughts are like literally like we could talk about absolutely anything and be so raw and authentic. Mm-hmm. So like you will be hearing like, again, this whole pod is about the roller coaster of life, the roller coaster of the LGBT community, the craziness of the LGBTQ plus
the alphabet mafia.
But like the drama, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. But we're gonna be real. We're gonna be honest. We're gonna be raw, and try to help you guys navigate the world and just make sense of the world. Make it a little bit less of a scary place, because neither of us know what the frick we're doing. We have had literally triumphs and like falls.
Exactly.
Falls broken our faces. And we're here. We're laughing. We're still living.
And
so
this is just literally like if you and I were on a FaceTime call and this stuff comes up. We talk about the drama, but you're like, I relate to this person and I relate to that person. Yeah. And then like it's like therapy. Yeah. But now you guys are with us.
Now you guys can be with us on the journey. So bring your coffee next time. And I think we're good on time, so we're going to wrap this. Thanks for listening to the first episode of the Lesbianist
Thank you so
pod.
much. If you're on Spotify or Apple Music, please rate 5 stars and write a review. And if you do, screenshot and DM it to Kaila or I, or our Instagram, lesbianistpod_.
We'll shout you out. But guys, it's got to be 5 stars, and it's got to be a good review. Screenshot, send to us. We'll shout you out either on the pod or on our social media pages. Do it, please.
And if you're watching the video, subscribe, like,
on YouTube.
Comment. The video of this is no joke, so
the production is a full-on set. Like we have 3 cameras, lights.
Please watch the video. Watch it when you're on the treadmill. Watch it while you're driving, maybe don't
watch it while you're driving. Listen while you drive. If you're on the train, the subway, watch us. Just tune in whenever you can.
Send us screenshots of like your Spotify and like tag us, which is always super fun. And we can't wait to see where this goes. Because we've been wanting to do this for a while. Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the place where like I can interact with you guys the most as well. Anyway, we love you all. Please support, and we will support you back.
We did it.
First pod wrap. Period. Okay, love you all.
Bye. See you next week.